Hi, I'm Allie, and this is Jessica, and we're Sammy-Jo's younger sisters and maids of honor. Writing this speech has been really difficult because growing up having a journalist sister, Sammy-Jo would write everything for me. Having Sammy-Jo as an older sister meant that I was an actress in the supporting role. Literally. Our Halloween costumes meant I was the flounder to her Ariel, the Pegasus to her Meg, the Toto to her Dorothy. I loved being her sidekick. If you would have asked the childhood me about my sister getting married, I would have thought, who is signing up to share a room with her for the rest of their life? My advice to you, Doug, guard your shoes. Sammy-Jo, being your younger sister is one of my greatest joys in life. Not just because I get to make sure that I outdo everything you do first, but because I got to grow up with everyone asking me, oh my gosh, are you Sammy-Jo Roth's little sister? This also meant that everyone thought because I was related, we had the same talents. So because Sammy-Jo sang every year at the Camp Talent Show, I of course had to sing as well. Not very well, I might add. I wanted to be just like Sammy-Jo.
And I didn't want to be like either of them. And I also never wished I had a brother at all. I was very content with our sister fashion shows, dance performances, and pedicures. Today I'm so thrilled because not only is Doug my sister's husband, but he's now my brother. Doug is the chillest addition to our girl squad. Most importantly, my dad has an eating buddy and a sports fan to hang out with at all times. And if you know my dad, he's been dreaming of this day forever. I've got to hand it to him. He's an MVP. One of my favorite memories of Sammy-Jo and Doug was when my friends and I showed up to their apartment unexpectedly. It was Labor Day, and my friends and I were determined to make it to the Jersey Shore, despite there being a hurricane. Somehow we ended up in D.C., and I showed up to Sammy-Jo and Doug's apartment. Keep in mind, this was the second time I had ever met Doug. And Doug welcomed my friends and I with fancy tequila shots. So Doug, I need to return the favor after the speech. We'll head to the bar and take some tequila shots. It'll be on me. My parents always taught us that your siblings are the longest relationship you'll ever have in your life, and we're persistent that we got along. Even like 6 months ago when we had a little tiff, my dad wouldn't let us leave the room until we hugged it out and said, I love you. It's been amazing to watch our relationship evolve, not only as siblings, but as friends. Sammy-Jo, you're one of the most hardworking and determined people we have ever seen. You make the impossible possible, and we've seen you do it with everything you set your mind to. As your younger sisters, how could we not shoot for the stars when we've watched you conquer the universe?
There's some people you love so much, you can't imagine anyone being good enough for them. And up until I met Doug, I always wondered what kind of man would be good enough for my sister. And I'm so glad she's found someone like Doug. Doug, the way you two balance each other out is so beautiful. You are the calm to her chaos. Sammy-Jo is always energized and full of crazy ideas, some sane and some not so sane. Doug is always a supportive and grounding force. Truly a perfect pair. Doug adores Sammy-Jo, and I know that he will always have her best interests at heart. I feel so lucky to welcome Doug and all of the Browners into our family. So cheers to SJ and Doug. We hope you guys enjoy growing old together as much as we enjoyed growing up together.